Miyamoto Usagi, a Ronin walking the way of Bushido. The story is based in ancient Japan on Dimension's Second Earth, where Miyamoto Usagi is following the ways of Bushido through protecting the village from a shadow Ronin. The Shadow of the Lotus. In the second dimension of Earth, where ancient Japan thrived under twin suns, rivers flowed with silver light, cherry blossoms shimmered like starlight, and the code of Bushido was not merely a way of life. It was a binding force of the universe. Among the wandering samurai who upheld this code was Miyamoto Usagi, a lone warrior whose blade was a symbol of honor and justice. One evening, as twilight painted the skies with hues of crimson and gold, Usagi arrived at a small village nestled at the foot of Mount Taketsu. The villagers, wide-eyed and wary, whispered of a cursed Ronin who had taken residence in the ruins of an ancient temple. This Ronin, known only as the Shadow of the Lotus, had defied the Bushido code, using forbidden techniques to subdue the land's warriors. The shadow seeks a relic, an elderly villager confided to Usagi, her voice trembling. A blade forged in the heart of Mount Taketsu, a sword said to control the balance of honor itself. Should it fall into his hands, the code of Bushido may be twisted into darkness. Usagi's ears twitched, his expression grave. He understood that this was no ordinary journey. To confront the Shadow of the Lotus was not only to face a skilled opponent, but also to defend the very essence of Bushido. That night, as the village slept under the light of twin moons, Usagi prepared himself for the path ahead. He meditated beside a pond, its surface reflecting his calm yet resolute face. Memories of his master's teachings echoed in his mind. Bushido is not only the sword in your hand, but the truth in your heart. To stray from the path is to sever the soul. He reached into his satchel and retrieved a scroll his master had given him years ago, an heirloom of wisdom passed down through generations. Unrolling it carefully, Usagi read aloud the 7 virtues of Bushido: righteousness, loyalty, honor, respect, honesty, courage, and consistency. These virtues, inscribed in elegant strokes of ink, were a guiding light in his journey. Righteousness to seek justice, he murmured. Loyalty to protect the weak, honor to preserve the truth, respect to value all life, honesty to speak the truth, courage to face all fears, and consistency to never stray from the path. The words seemed to resonate in the air around him, infusing him with renewed determination. The next morning, Usagi began his ascent up Mount Taketsu. The journey was fraught with perils, narrow cliffside paths, sudden gusts of wind, and an unnatural fog that seemed to sap his strength. Yet, he pressed on, his resolve unyielding. Along the way, he encountered signs of the shadow's passage, scorched earth, broken weapons, and the faint lingering presence of fear. At midday, Usagi reached a forest of towering bamboo that whispered with unseen movement. As he stepped into the grove, a figure emerged from the shadows, a bandit armed with twin kusarigama. "Turn back, rabbit," the bandit sneered. "The shadow has no use for foolish heroes." Usagi drew his katana with a fluid grace, its steel glinting like liquid light. "I seek only the truth," he replied. "If you stand in my way, prepare yourself." The battle was swift and precise. The bandit's chains lashed through the air like serpents, but Usagi's movements were a dance of precision and discipline. In moments, the bandit lay disarmed and defeated, groaning but alive. "The shadow will consume you," the bandit spat as Usagi sheathed his sword. "You cannot defeat what lies ahead." Usagi regarded him with calm eyes. "Perhaps, but a true samurai does not turn away from his duty." By nightfall, Usagi reached the temple ruins. The once majestic structure now lay shrouded in darkness, its gates adorned with sigils of an ancient, forbidden art. The air was thick with malevolence, and the sound of Usagi's footsteps seemed to vanish into the void. He stepped inside, his hand steady on his katana's hilt. In the heart of the temple, beneath a gnarled sakura tree that bloomed with black petals, stood the Shadow of the Lotus. His armor gleamed with an unnatural light, and his blade hummed with a power that seemed to draw the very essence of the room into its edge. Miyamoto Usagi, the shadow said, his voice a mixture of disdain and amusement. You come to stop me, yet you do not understand the truth of this world. Honor is a cage, and bushido is its key. I will shatter them both. Usagi bowed, his ears upright and resolute. Honor is the foundation of strength. Without it, power is meaningless. The shadow raised his blade. Then show me the strength of your honor, samurai. The duel began, their swords clashing in a flurry of light and shadow. The shadow's strikes were fierce and unrelenting, each one imbued with a dark chi energy,